Welcome to the Alternative to Exams instructional series video. I'm here today with Daph Crane to go over some approaches to evaluating your students' work using alternatives to the traditional written, final, invigilated exam. Please take a moment to read this passage. So we'd like to take a moment to introduce ourselves, and then we'll continue on with the presentation. We here have a statement of the land acknowledgement for Memorial University's St. John's campus. So my name is Jane Costello, and I'm a senior instructional designer with CITL at Memorial University. I work with faculty to help develop their courses for an online offering, as well as work on various projects for the university and for CITL. And with me today we have Daph Crane.
Thanks, Jane. I'm Daph Crane. I'm also a senior instructional designer at the Center for Innovation, Teaching and Learning, Memorial University. I also work with faculty to put their courses online and on special projects as the need arises.
Okay, so we're going to start the session by looking at pre-formative and summative assessments. These types of assessments actually lie on a continuum. And in a course, you may have all three or as many courses focus on formative and summative assessments only. With the pre-assessment, this is where you would check the student's understanding of course concepts before you actually begin the teaching and the student's reviewing of the content. Formative assessment happens throughout the semester and may occur at many times. Here you're checking on the student's assessment as they're learning the material to see how they are progressing. And this is a student-centric approach. Summative assessment is the assessment of students' learning, typically at the end of a module or at the end of the course. And this is where you determine how well students have mastered the learning of the content that was covered in the course. So we want to look at why we would consider other alternatives to exams. Research by John Hattie and Helen Timperley shows that shorter, more frequent, and varied assessments are a better way for students to solidify concepts and skills. On the other hand, high-stakes, cumulative exams can cause undue stress and are not as effective as measuring deeper learning. Alternatives to exams are more realistic of real-world work. They are less likely to produce academic dishonesty. You can spread the assessment of work over the entire semester rather than waiting for a 1 or 2 hour period. High stakes exams, such as the final exam, they rarely assess deep learning. And using alternatives to exams allows for less stress for students and instructors. Okay, pause for a moment and consider the question or activity. Okay. So next, Daph is going to take us through a variety of different approaches to assessing student learning during a course. Daph?
So e-portfolios are a well-organized collection of electronic artifacts, text, audio, photo, video, etc., that demonstrates an individual's accomplishments, abilities, reflections, thoughts, ideas, There are several types of portfolios, and some of these can overlap. Competency-based, reflective, demonstrative of learning, growth, career, and employment. An e-portfolio can have several purposes, including but not limited to demonstration of competencies for assessment, academic or employment, support demonstration of growth, learning throughout a course or program, sharing of reflections, ideas, develop critical thinking, link academic learning to the outside world, career planning, a teaching dossier, lifelong learning, demonstration of program outcomes for program accreditation. Learners can create an e-portfolio over time that include a variety of artifacts to demonstrate their knowledge, skills, understanding. They're easy to set up, fairly easy to grade, especially if there's a rubrics in place. The e-portfolio site at Memorial is eportfolio.mun.ca. E-portfolios can be time-consuming for learners to create, and we need to be careful that we encourage learners to focus on the learning evidence rather than on the showcase aspect of an e-portfolio. Next, we're going to look at mini quizzes. Having multiple challenging, low-stake quizzes throughout the semester rather than 2 to 3 big exams is recommended. These can be auto-marked if they're carefully created. And for the types of questions that we have in Brightspace, the URL is here. Next, we have papers, reflections, and culminating papers, which can be reflection papers or culminating papers. A reflection paper is a useful way of getting learners to reflect on their learning and relate it to their life experiences. It is more effective if students work on the paper throughout the semester rather than wait till the end of the semester. Learners can use a text-based document such as MS Word, PDF file, blog, e-portfolio, with images and diagrams interspersed. A culminating paper is one that encompasses a full course and builds on the theories, topics, readings, discussions that were explored throughout the semester. It is best if learners are given a choice of topics to choose from. And there's a resource here on how to write a term paper from WikiHow. Video assignments. Video presentations are great for soft skills, oral assignments or exams, demonstration of skills, knowledge, as well as interviewing experts in the field. A video can be created using the video assignment tool or online rooms in Brightspace, or digital video camera or phone for on-location videos. The video assignment tool in Brightspace uses online rooms. These videos can be longer but cannot be edited. Using a digital camera or video app on the computer increases the ease of editing, but these files need to be kept short, less than 1 megabyte. These files can be uploaded to the assignment tool. Audio assignments are great for podcasts, interviews, second language learners. And again, they need to be kept fairly short, less than 1 megabyte, to be uploaded to the assignment tool. Projects. Projects encompass a wide variety of options, from presentations to designing a business card to explain the course content. The main thing is to focus on a project that covers the desired learning goals, outcomes, or objectives. Learners may need to be reminded to focus on the course content and not get caught up in spending too much time on the creative aspect, although the creative aspect is fun and it is important. So things could be to create a slideshow, write a limerick or a poem, create a song, create a poster. It might be a conference poster. It might be just a poster to post on the poster boards at the university. Create a logo that reflects course content. Create a business card that reflects the course content. It's hard to do to get all that course content into a small business card. Outline or write a professional or academic paper. Be creative and think outside the box. We all express ourselves differently, and we need to let our learners shine in how they express themselves. So blogs, a conversation, usually between experts in a field. Learners can creatively express themselves in a variety of formats. They're fairly easy to grade. They can use a variety of tools and applications. To avoid confusion, set clear expectations for the learners. How often do they need to post in their blog? How long should each blog post be? Are you expecting images with every blog post? So set those expectations for the learners. And provide feedback on the first couple of entries on the blog, and then watch the quality improve. I'm going to turn it over to Jane, who's going to talk about microblogging or Twitter.
So microblogging, using things such as Twitter, encourages learners to be clear and concise in their writing. Since the tweets are short, they can be quick to read. They're great for courses that are discussing current events or sharing reflections on one of the topics in the course. CITL has created a tweet aggregator for use in Brightspace, which can greatly help with the assessment and monitoring of the works. If you'd like to learn more about ways in which we have used Twitter in courses at the university, please reach out and we will share links to a few papers that we have published in this area. Peer review is another approach to assessment that does not entail exams. With peer review, we're able to create a peer review assignment in the course. Currently, we are subscribed to Peer Scholar, which is integrated into Brightspace. Students automatically enrolled in Peer Scholar if the tool is activated in the course shell. And there are three main phases: create, assess, and reflect. So create is essentially the student writing or preparing their assignment. Assess is when the students are providing feedback to other students' work. And then reflect is when the author reviews the feedback given from their peers and either implements the feedback to produce a final version, or at least considers the feedback and before submitting their final version as is. There are instructional resources forthcoming in May about peer review and Peer Scholar in particular, and they can be found at the URL noted here on the slide.
So we're going to take some time here, and I'd like you to list some summative assessments that you have used, some things that you've used as your final assessments. So you can pause the video here and resume it when you're ready. So what assessment techniques would you like to use or try that we've discussed today? And there's others out there. You got to think outside the box. There's lots of them. So we'll take a minute to do that reflection now. And you can pause your video and write them down. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact Jane or myself. Our emails are here on the slide. And here are the resources that we used in today's presentation. And I'd like to thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.